Guys, greetings and regards to everybody. Welcome back to our face-to-face program that we used to have every Sundays from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. With your host, Mohammed Ba. Today with us, we have a very prominent individual, of course, who is not hidden in the music sector in this country, by the name Honorable Jobz. Jobz, welcome to LSTV face-to-face.
You've given me a honorable title. That sounds funny.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ba. I am very happy to be here with you, of course, with your people.
Thank you.
You people are our people, to be honest. In fact, I cannot talk about my career breakthroughs without the likes of Hadija Nar. So wherever she is, I am sending my sincerest regards to her. And I meant to understand you people work together. So obviously, anyone from Hadija's family is Jobz family, you know. So thank you very much, Ba.
Thank you, thank you. Jobz, just a brief.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want to delve into that, but just a brief synopsis, just a brief biography of Jobz.
That's
nice. Who is Jobz?
That's right.
Just a brief, please.
Thank you very much, sir. Jobz, a humble person who was born in Fuladu, Boraba.
Okay.
In the late 80s, and then I grew up in Brikama. That is where I went to school. Kindergarten was inside Kabafita Primary School, Kinder of Botrop Junior Secondary School, and then to Nusrat. I enrolled in Nusrat High School in 2001 and completed my senior secondary education in 2003. From 2003 down to 2008, 2009, I spent most of my times in youth activism. I was a very active member of Lenahan Society, but again, I coupled my youth activism with my tertiary education. Therein I got involved in the music industry. So I was that person doing so many things. In fact, my passion for music started in Lenahan Society because we used to have miming platforms, miming occasions, talent showcases and all these things. So there I have passion, to either sing or support the little ones who were miming the songs of other artists within the Gambia and outside. That was the time I met up with ST. So basically, my career as a music businessman started with ST, and a lot of young people at the time from Brikama, who were so much interacting with me. And then these were young people that I groomed at one time, and they are people that I watched grew up. So many of them, the likes of Samsidin Fati, Mariam Koli, DJ Talk Live at the time, so many of them, so many of these youngsters.
You managed ST from February 2010 to August 2017.
Yeah.
And January 2010, ST dropped his first local mix album called the GA on Fire,
yeah.
Alongside with P. Mark, Benjamin, and followed a single album, Dara Dudoy.
Yeah.
Of course, something like Adiatan Tele, which of course gave ST an attention from the public, the public Afro-Manding rap star.
Yeah.
March 2013, so ST debut Distinction.
Yeah.
And in Distinctions, your name was mentioned.
Yeah.
ST featured renowned artists, the likes of Manding Muri, Nene Suso, Sambuda, Unstoppable. Then in December 2013, Alin Domo.
Yeah. Exactly.
But unfortunately, things fall apart. What happened?
That side, but usually I'm a person that since I had that bitter encounter with VM, I would call it bitter. I think that is the most viewed interview of Jobz in this country, the encounter that I had with BM, sometime in March last year. Regarding my career as a music businessman, my capacity as ST's former manager, it's very obvious that you cannot mention your career in the music industry, all the breakthroughs and all these development successes without mentioning where you started. So, but then I don't want to give relevance to my times with ST, because I feel let bygone be bygone. I feel I am at another level. Sure. That was just a startup point for me, where I got involved in the music industry.
But you guys are now public figures.
Yes, yeah.
ST is a public figure.
Yeah.
You, Jobz, you are a public figure.
That's right.
Of course, people ought to know. Yeah. The music industry ought to know. Yeah. Fine. You groom ST.
Yes.
Everybody knew you groom ST. You put something in ST in one way or the other.
Very well.
But then suddenly things just fall apart.
Well, you see, an individual's perception of an event is unique to that person. People can change over time because of certain influences, and sometimes we don't pay attention to whatever external force that would make an individual to change. After coming a long way with people that have been there to support him, like you said, he is one of those that I groomed, and so many other young people from Brikama. But then every job relationship have an end point. That's what I believe in. We started from a very rough level, even before we set up his management in 2010, where I picked him, where they began. We first met in 2004. Lenahan Society brought us together. The hurdles that we've kicked through and together, the platforms that I've introduced him, the Fural shows, the open shows, and so many other platforms, him and so many young artists that were coming up. Because of my passion for the industry, I supported all of them, and then I guide all of them to a certain level. So basically he reached to a level where he felt he definitely want to go alone. So we had to respect his decision. He unleashed that letter to us. By then, I wasn't the only person there. I was there with the likes of Sultan, somebody who I also brought to the team, and other DJs that were with us, and other officials that were, in the management. And when he said he wanted to relieve his management, well, we respected the decision. So, though there were so many brouhahas regarding why he had to end everything.
Example.
Exactly.
Example.
Yeah, the brouhahas were Jobz has mismanaged his finances, and then others were saying, because of Gamcel's endorsement deal that I have lobbied for, that's why we parted, because they understood very well that Gamcel has given out a lot of money, and this was in 2016. So here everybody was saying, because these are things that you would hear from the grapevine, okay. Whether they are realities or not, wouldn't even be a bigger concern to Jobz. But then what I understand very well, this was a written letter that the guy, wrote to us to say, I definitely want to leave my management because I feel we are in, to so many things right now. So I feel I need to be alone. So it was definitely a very clear indication. So I do have that letter still with me. So I said, okay, I respect the guy's decision. Now, I am moving on.
In your view, in your view, this is the boy that you groom.
Yeah.
This is the boy that you sell to the world. Just from the blue, he serve you a letter that he no longer need your service. In your view, what led to the termination of your contract?
Well, like I said, you see, growth and development sometimes would bring along confusing situations, attitudinal changes, relocations, and betrayals. I feel where we started was a very, very rough level, and where we brought him. Obviously, 2017, had definitely found ST in his prime in this country. Like I was telling a guy, that the Alindomo levels, his pinnacle, basically found Jobz there. The distinction was in 2013. So you cannot talk about breakthroughs by sidelining the levels of the distinction, the levels of Alindomo and all the other songs, the Respeco and all these things. We were flourishing, money was coming, huge successes, progresses, concerts within the Gambia and outside the Gambia. So me, I believe, because of all these incentives that we are in, and at a certain point he feel he was definitely there, and he could also decide to be alone. So in my perspective, I think that is what happened. When you reach to a level with people, when people have devoted their time and energy to bring you to a certain level, and you feel you reach to a level where you no longer want to have them around you, and you are the major firm, you are the major individual, you are the major brand, I think people should not lower gaze at that. As a professional manager, you have been hired or contracted to work with an artist. So the artist is the brand. The artist is the major company. So whenever he decides that he don't want to work with you, based on reasons reserved or reasons that he want to manifest, you have to respect it. So at the time, I don't want to waste a lot of time trying to find out what really happened. A lot of people that walk around us, also said different things. Somewhere like, oh, this is a major betrayer because he reached to a certain level and he want to go.
Average people within the music sector, average Gambians are with the concept that ST likes money, Jobz likes money. These two can't work.
Well,
money separated you people. Is that true?
Well, rumors, grapevines, perception of people, social platforms, public chatter, whatever one wants to say, one can spew it out, But then one thing I know, I have tried a lot to establish, SD and his team proper. The company ideology, the investment ideology, the networking, and so many other things, even the rebranding, the Brikamaboyo ideology, the representation of where we come from, all these were things that I, supported, and I have regards for all these things because I believe these are major aspects if we want to grow. So there is nobody on earth who don't like money, but again, money is something but not everything, and I keep saying this. In as much as Jobz likes money, somebody else likes money, SD likes money. What is important here is we have to be so much careful for money not to separate us. Okay. So in terms of many monetary gains, views can change, philosophies can also change, new attitudes can pop in, people can change overnight because of monies, because of incentives, because of diamonds and treasures. So this is why I said it initially, that people over time can change based on
Did ST change over time that you did not recognize initially when you started with him?
Well, that's the reality.
That's the fact.
Yeah. And I respect the fact that he changed over time.
He changed over time because of the financial support that you people were gathering from different sources. He felt like he's having money, and now most of the finance has been controlled by you people. He felt dissatisfied, correct?
Well, possibly. Okay. I cannot preempt whatever that he believed in at the time. Anyway, yes.
Okay, we understand you were not contracted in around 2018 because you parted with ST in 2017.
Yeah.
2018, you were not contracted.
Yeah, I decided to take a break.
You decided to take a break.
Yes, from the industry.
Okay.
Around that, several artists approached me. Major artists, approached me regarding managerial contracts, and I said I definitely decided to take a break because I was completing my program in public administrations, and this was a 9-month program, so I definitely need to focus on that studies. I don't want to couple that studies with anything. And I remember this was exactly what I told Sol. He was also one of the first people in the country that approached me for us to work at the honor of the biggest record label in the country, Jollof Arts Entertainment. So that happened, but then like I said, around 2018, no, from 2017 to sometime in July or August in 2018, I decided to take a break. I think my break started in sometime in September 2017 to July 2018. In fact, I couldn't wait entirely for my program to finish up. I had to take up the Jollof Arts contract. I think some 2 months before I completed my program in public administration. Yeah.
But then, looking at the bio, you left ST 2017. 2018, you wanted to venture into studies.
Yeah. No, 2017. I started in fact, I started my program in, I think sometime in 2016. 2016. Sometime in December 2016. Yeah.
So you were fine with that.
Yeah, I was
Don't you feel disappointed? Don't you feel grieved?
No. Yeah.
With the breakthrough.
Yeah. One thing for sure, okay, I may feel very disappointed because we started from somewhere. And then we've spent more than a decade together, and I have definitely used my meaningful time in bringing up the kid from a lot of talents in Brikama. The national recognition was not definitely an easy thing for one to do. So basically, there was utmost commitment and focus in the way I was trying to, bring up ST, because at the time I did not want to couple his responsibilities with anything. So at that point, I will not lie to you, I felt
disappointed.
Very much disappointed, grieved, and betrayed. Exactly. But then that wasn't the reason why I decided to take break. I feel I was around the end point of my program, and I definitely need to focus, to finish up my program, to better take my time. Because one thing, I have so much passion for this industry, so I don't want one unforeseen situation or one unfortunate incident to discourage me entirely about all the opportunities this life has to offer to the Jobz. I mean, you have the education, you have the experience, you have the connections, you can have bigger contracts, apart from the first contract. So that was it.
A lot of artists called you to manage them. Viper among them, Sasgum, Magnificent Joe, MC, including Nyancho.
Yes.
Why do you choose Nyancho?
Well, Nyancho is somebody that I like, and then, me and Nyancho, it's not only Jollof Arts Entertainment that brought us together. I found Nyancho in Jollof Arts. This was in 2018. I will come to that. But before then, we first met in 2014. This was when he emerged. And he came with a style so unique. The choreography, the epic dances, the entertainment, it was something incomparable. So before I met Nyancho proper, he was one of my friends in Brikama that first informed me. In fact, like he told me, he said, my information should serve as a wake-up signal for you, because you are managing a single artist who can only rap but cannot sing and dance. And this was the time when I was working with ST. This was what the guy told me. His honest opinion. He said to me, there is this boy that emerged from Bakau, Nyancho. He came with something that is unique, choreography. And he told me, Jobz, you definitely need to buckle up properly, and then don't lose yourself, because the style that this boy came up with can definitely take your artists away from the competitive line.
He can dance.
He can dance. He can sing. He can rap. He can choreograph.
Was this
four qualities in one artist?
Was this the yardstick that you used to measure to pick Nyancho out of the lot artists who invited you to manage them?
Not actually. I love the choreography that Nyancho is doing, but again, Nyancho's incomparability when it comes to culture, when it comes to tradition, when it comes to symbolism and showing of the Gambia. that definitely makes me to, like Nyancho, because I feel Nyancho has some unique qualities that definitely makes him to be completely different, that made him stand out, and that's the reality. So, I got that info, and I had to go to Bakau to conduct what I call competitor audit on Nyancho, to know who is this Nyancho proper, and I watched his performance in Namalama. So over time, just to cut it short, this was in 2014.
What do you say to the suggestion that Nyancho gave you more money than those artists who book you to manage them? Then you choose to take Nyancho than those artists?
No, that's the fact of the matter. In fact, one of the reasons that made me choose him was based on the economy, which is the reality, the monetary benefits, because I know Nyancho, if anybody should invest in him, obviously he will bring you the millions. That's the fact. So along the line, I don't definitely want to, though I'm that person who don't want to be selective between artists. Every Gambian artist is a major artist, and I love everybody. I love all the artists. But I definitely had to have higher flyers for Nyancho in terms of work relationship because of several reasons. I talked about the culture, the traditional awareness, Nyancho's ideology over the identity of Gambia in terms of his crafts. Of course, monetary. Nyancho, a time invested in helping him is a time well invested. That's the reality. So I decided to choose Nyancho.
Jobz. Well, Nyancho was quoted saying in 2015 August, he was asked, what will you want to achieve as an artist? To be the first, quote, he said, to be the first Gambian artist who will go on tour around the world and raise the flag high in the music world.
That's right.
I will also want to leave a legacy in the Gambia. Another wish that I want to do is to build mosques. Nyancho did that.
Right. In fact, we made a post on his Facebook account just a couple of hours ago, because we had an engagement today in Brikama Misira. Young girls form Nyancho Kunda in Misira, and they are very religious people. Yes, to build mosques and to support religious schools, is part of our plans. In fact, the Policehold Caravan also has so many other 8 aspects. One of these 8 aspects is the building of mosques, and then the support, the augmentation of those that are in religious fields. We want to see more religious schools in this country. We want to see more mosques. And we also want to see more churches in this country. It's a secular state, so we want to support religious houses.
This guy said it when he was very young in the music industry. Nyancho is now not an upcoming artist. Nyancho is
a major artist.
He's a major artist,
big artist
in this country. An upcoming artist who had the dream. By now will have think that he have settled all those things. As a manager.
We have. Look, I will tell you this. Nyancho have been helping so many needy children in this country, particularly the school-going children. Since in 2014, Nyancho has established a foundation that has entirely been supporting school-going children. He is that artist that would go to schools and perform there for gratis, and whatever money that they generate from gate takings, he will give it back to school administrations for them to support needy students. He have been doing that in this country even before I came as his manager. Still now, the venture is profound. We are not losing in terms of charitable ventures. Still now, we are giving our support to people that definitely need it.
Suggestions are made. Jobz transform Nyancho. Nyancho started his music in 2009, I see. Then a lot of people said he was involved into these guns, and
and
this
the guns for life and everything.
The arrival of Jobz really transformed Nyancho.
Yeah.
How was this journey possible?
Yeah, that's right. Nyancho began his career as an artist, as a dancer. You know, from Rough Niggers, Twin Brothers, JJC, you know, who were in fact Nyancho's dudes or genius that he groomed, you know. So in fact, before he became an artist, Nyancho has already been that popular person around his vicinity, around Bakau, because he used to be the greatest dancer in this country up till this moment. In fact, he is the greatest dancer. So he began as a dancer, and then he was going to in fact, he went to attend most of the funeral shows in town, but it's definitely normal for one to do that at the time, you know, because those were major platforms at the time: open shows, funeral shows, you know, dance competitions in school halls and other venues. So he was involved in all these things until he became a proper artist in 2013. Though his pinnacle, of course, his greater breakthrough was in 2014. But then the transformation process. Basically, Nyancho has worked a lot, even before the coming of the Jobz. Okay. You know, because the Haramo in 2014, Dindi Nyongo, Apachaki, you know, these were hit songs before the coming of the Jobz.
In fact, the Haramo, I think we once saw, he was awarded by Jame.
Yes.
That's Haramo.
Nyancho, he got a presidential merit from the former president. No artist has ever gotten that in this country. Presidential merit from Jame because of his incomparability as the greatest entertainer in this country. The way he performs, his capacity as a great singer, great rapper, great dancer, and great choreographer. And do you know that Nyancho, his incomparability is in the fact that he is a great entertainer. The dances, the group dances of Nyancho, very coordinated, well organized. Not every artist can do that. Yeah.
Okay. Now we come to the most talk song, the Poliso.
Yeah. My time.
Poliso album.
My time.
The Poliso album.
Yeah.
Is your major project.
Yes.
Or one of your major projects.
Yeah.
Nyancho's Poliso album hits.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
You know, it is everywhere on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. Poliso.
Yeah.
What came to you guys' mind? What came to your mind or Nyancho's mind? Poliso.
Yeah.
What happened?
That's right. But when I came as Nyancho's manager, after establishing the different approaches that I introduced to rejuvenate Nyancho, because at some point we cannot deny the fact that he was out of the scene, you know, for some couple of years. So when I came as his private manager, the first thing that I did was to bring in this.
Sorry, I have to cut you.
Yeah.
He was out of the scene. What do you mean?
Yeah, by that I mean he was a bit silent, you know, for 1 or 2 years.
Okay.
Because of, you know, certain reasons. But then when I came,
management wasn't proper?
Yes, exactly. You know, he wasn't having proper management at all. And Nyancho would say that everywhere, that when Jobz came, everything around me changes. So when I came, I realized very well that people of the Gambia miss Nyancho, and everybody was asking for Nyancho. That's the fact of the matter. And not every artist can have a great comeback. I think Nyancho is the only artist in this country that in fact had the greatest comeback because of the advent or the intervention of Jobz. So I introduced the approach Kondo, approach Dominion, approach Octopus, approach Gorilla to rejuvenate Nyancho. So aside of or devoid of all these approaches, I also gauged or conducted a research on Nyancho's career regarding who are his fans. Now I realized very well that most of his fans are from the security fraternity. So at some point I said, but why is it that the police, the military, the fire service, the immigration, I mean, all are like Apachaki. I mean, what is really the cause of this? I understand very well that Nyancho's father is still serving the police. Nyancho was born in Fajara military barracks.
Nyancho's biological father?
Yes.
Nyancho's biological father is still serving the military?
Yeah. No, the police.
The police.
And he has his uncles, you know, and other brothers in the military. You know, I mean, the dominions in Nyancho's family are security men and women. Yeah. So I said, okay, this is genuine enough for us to dedicate a project to the security men and women of this country. The bad reality of Nyancho, Nyancho's trace of ancestry, the warrior ideology, you know, his name being Nyancho and where he grew up. So, I mean, around that, we went to the police headquarters to look for a clearance. By then we have staged the Exodus captivity in Brikama. In fact, this was the first event that I have organized for Nyancho in Brikama. So we went to look for clearance to be able to stage that event in Brikama. So we were in police headquarters when I was there observing the interaction of Nyancho and the police officers. Anybody that come would be like, you know, Nyancho, Apataki, you know, you would see officers say, no, I mean, the chit chats, the interactions, the chants, Nyancho, Nyancho, Nyancho. I said, look, Nyancho, I think we should definitely come up with a platform for the military, the police, the immigration, I mean, the security men and women of this country.
Yeah.
I said, the album project that we are talking about, the album project that we have bigger plans for, should definitely have something to do with the police. We should celebrate them. And I said, why not we name the album Police Soul? This was what I told Nyancho.
So you initiated
yes.
the name.
So instantly he also supported the idea. He said, Jobz, you are very smart. This is definitely a greater concept, the police soul, because I was born in Fajara military barracks. I found my dad, you know, serving the state. My uncles and my brothers, they are all in the military, some are in the police. So I believe this will definitely be the greatest project ever in my career as an artist. Police soul. Now, from that very moment, you can see how the name Police Soul came in our police headquarters. So from police headquarters we came, and then we called a meeting to say the album project will be called Police Soul. That will be the title of Nyancho's debut album, Police Soul. So we work around it. You know, therein we brought in so many ideas and then developed the ideas. Because one thing that I told VM was, the day we had this chit chat with him, it was after our first press conference. I said, bringing ideas can even be the duty of the artist or anybody that walks around or works in Nyancho Apateki Entertainment Company. But then, development of the different ideas or a major idea is the responsibility of the general manager, that is the Jobz. So when we suggested the album to be titled Police Soul, I also walked around the title of the album, Police Soul. How can we develop the idea? How can we bring in, you know, all the activities, all the side attractions attached? So there comes the Police Soul Caravan, the Apataki Charter, the Police Soul Tournament. You know,
so all of them attached.
All of them attached to the Police Soul album achievement.
Project.
Yes.
Police Soul,
Police Soul Caravan, Police Soul Tournament,
Police Soul Tournament,
Apataki Charter.
Apataki Charter.
Yeah.
Okay. So then here comes you release the Police Soul.
Yeah.
On
the most popular album ever in this country, Police Soul.
What is your yardstick? Well, how do you measure that?
Well,
how do you measure that?
Police Soul song is the most popular song ever on social media, particularly on TikTok. Those that are watching us would definitely attest to this reality. How every Tom, Dick, and Harry has took up a lead mantle in the promotion of the Police Soul craft. Well, nobody can deny that.
LSTV1 with your host Mohammed Bang. Okay, here we are with the manager of the manager of Apataki Nyancho currently. He said Police Soul album is the most watched album in TikTok.
The most watched video.
The most watched video.
The most popular album on social media. The most popular album in the Gambia. Online and online.
But I think you're not telling us.
Yeah.
What are the yardsticks? How do you rate that? Do you have more viewers on YouTube?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Do you have more financial support in relation to the album?
I am coming to that.
Okay.
The Police Soul video
It's because we have the highest viewers.
Yeah, it's 28 days.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
In terms of YouTube viewers.
Yes, I am coming. I am coming because we should not also lower gaze at the growth aspects.
Okay.
Because these are processes and stages. The police video is 28 days old. Do you know that, Mr.
Yes. 28 days. I saw that yesterday. You posted
very good.
Like that.
Very good.
200,000.
Very good.
Viewers.
It's around 296,000 views
on YouTube.
In 28 days on YouTube. That is a greater breakthrough. You go and check other videos of other artists and other videos of Nyancho, in fact. 1 year, a year ago or 2 years ago, they have not even reached to the growth of police in 28 days.
Now the beauty about this song, a lot of people, especially our men and women in uniform, they all saw themselves in this song.
Yeah.
But again, how were you guys able to manage to involve the government? Because in the video, we saw the spokesperson of the police.
Yeah.
You went to the police.
Yes, my very good friend.
I mean, we saw the traffic, this guy, King Koli.
King Koli,
So all these people in the video.
Yeah.
How?
But there are 3 elements of government.
Okay.
The judiciary, the legislature, and the executive. Police all are part of the executive. In fact, like I told this guy, said, the most disciplined organization in any setup, in any human setup, are the police, because these are people that survive based on regulations, orders, and commands. So there cannot be any human being more disciplined than men and women in service, because of the orthodoxy or the mood of operandi. So we said police all because we understand they are the most important but the most marginalized. That's the reality.
They're the most
marginalized. That's the reality. They are the good guys. When we were having the second press conference, I said, in Abraham Maslow's pyramid of needs theory, the first point is physiological need. Shelter, good life is key. How do we inform the presidency in disciplined fashion for them to mainstream the issue of men and women in uniform without spewing tantrums on them? We can talk to the presidency in disciplinary fashion, and that's exactly what we did by celebrating men and women in uniform. We said police all because we understand there has not been cordial vibe between the police and the civilians. How do we bring in that cordial or mutual vibe? This is an important question.
Very important.
How do we engage the public into issues or discussions around public or community policing? You heard my outro in the song.
Yeah, sure.
I did mention that Apataki Charter will be a platform where we will talk to the masses about public policing, about police brutality, because the masses also are grieved at some point regarding.
So you have a lot on store about this police
Soul Caravan.
So you just released this song.
Yes.
Launch this song.
The album. Launch the album, the police album. And also have the caravan, which is also going to be launched. The caravan is the activity entourage.
Okay.
That is why I said within the caravan, or from the carriers, the major carriers of the caravan, we also have the Apataki Charter. Or if we have any boss within the caravan that have a booth, the booth of discussion is the Apataki Charter. The caravan will take us to the public. The Apataki Charter will help us to talk to the public about public policing. The police have launched their magazine, the Police magazine.
Yes.
And I will use this opportunity to commend ASP Njai, the police PRO, who is my earlier teen contemporary, my very good friend.
He's listening.
And of course, Mr. Abdullahi Sanyang, the most visionary IGP ever in this country. Very, very friendly. Very humble. Abdullah Sanyang.
Mr. Abdullah is labeled as brutal.
No, he is not brutal. If you don't know the police, you have not interacted with them, then you will not know them.
Mr. Abdullah Sanyang is rebel brutal on social media.
He is not rebel.
Even though we have read his biography that he is law-oriented.
Very, very, very law-oriented.
But he is not abiding by the law.
No, he is definitely working due cognizant of the laws of the land. Let me tell you something, we cannot stop the brouhahas on social media. We cannot stop the discussion centers on the grapevine.
It's not your connections with the police, so that's why you are defending
it's not our connections. We had a meaningful chit-chat with Abdullah Sanyang around the police caravan, around the police album launch event, the Apataki Charter, and we have definitely informed him about what we intend to do. We understand that there should be a very cordial relationship between the police and the civilians, but then the civilians should understand. Our encounter with Abdullah Sanyang was very, very fruitful, and we took videos of this reality. We couldn't post it on TikTok or on social media because we are waiting for the right time. Let me tell you something. Abdullah told me plain blank. He said, Jobz, I definitely want to reform, the police. And we understand very well that the public are the police and the police are the public. He told me, Jobz, in fact, we are coming with, measures and systems where if a police officer, in fact, wants to address a civilian, he or she will salute for that civilian and then talk to the civilian in lower tones or forms for them to listen to the officer. We don't want to see situations where civilians will be harassed by police officers. We want to see, a country, a Gambia, where things will change and police will address the civilians with utmost respect. This was Abdullah Sanyang.
When are we expecting the negotiation between the masses and the police? Because it's part of your caravan.
Soonest
that you will have that, negotiation between the masses, that is the public, and the police officers.
That discussion center is what brought about the Apachaki Charter.
Okay. Take us through.
Very good.
What do you mean by Apachaki Charter?
Good. The police caravan, if it has any major carrier or any major boot, is the Apachaki Charter. Okay. This is a subset of the project, and we would allow the caravan to take us to the masses. I said it here because this is going to be a countrywide tour, wherein we will engage the public. We will talk to them about police brutalities. Of course, the need for us to negotiate. Look, there is nothing bigger or important than dialogue.
Sure. That is the way out.
Dialogue is the way out. And I want Gambians to understand that brutal force will never help us. The police are human beings. Those in the military service are human beings. The fire service, the immigration. There is no need for us to look at them with enemy eyes. They are from homes. Let me tell you something. But the distinction, Abdullah, I am coming.
Let us not be deceptive.
I am coming. I am coming to Apataki Charter. No, I am coming.
Even in your police album,
yes,
Nyancho made mention it. For police Kurumo. But do you know there are some police within the sector?
I mean, Abdullah, in any organization, there is bad ones and good ones. Okay. That is why organizational behavior is teaching people, human beings, to understand what we call perception and personality traits.
Okay.
Organizational behavior is telling us in management that human beings have distinctive characters and perceptions. We are from homes, so there must be distinctions when it comes to behaviors. That is why we have what we call organizational culture, so that we can all meet up in one flora, in one platform to interact based on the cultures of that particular setup. It's very, very obvious that human beings have different characters. So the good ones, just like how we have good ones in our compounds and bad ones, that's the same way we have good ones in the police organization. They are human beings. The only best way we can engage them is dialogue. Dialogue, dialogue, dialogue. Abdullah Sanyang have a greater vision. The IGP, and his vision is God liking and glorifying, because we had a meaningful chit chat and he has informed us about his plans, and he is very happy that Nyancho has come with such a project. In fact, he told me, you people have definitely spoken our minds. you came up with a project that will definitely help the police to get to the public. Because if the police should come out to talk to the public in raw formats, they will never listen. But if you put it into rhymes and rhythms, they will listen to you. So this could not even have come at a better time than now. You have my support, says Abdullahi. You have my support, and I am going to champion the police caravan. Any IGP that will tell you such thing, any IGP that will definitely reassure you his commitments around a project that is glorifying is definitely a good IGP.
The IGP gave you the ban, and he gave you policemen.
He gave us every support around the police album launch event.
Shoot those videos.
Yeah, that is why, you have seen the greatest album concert ever in this country. The productions, the performances, the deliveries of Nyancho aka Pataki and his people. The police band has never paraded in any album launch event in this country. The police have never given any artist a presidential escort in this country. Apataki has a great
ambition. You are promoting the police. We expected that.
No, it's because of the project. And they had come out to support Abdullahi. We have to compliment their efforts. The activities around the police album launch event has informed everybody that the police are not enemies. They are the most friendly individuals.
Where are we? Where are we seeing Nyancho in the next 5 years?
Well, higher heights. We would see Nyancho at a platform where not only the Peace Choir of Nigeria would want to have a collaboration with him, but even the greatest rock stars, in America would definitely want to partner with Apataki because of his choreographic nature. If Michael Jackson was alive, he would have loved to dine and wine with Nyancho Apataki. You know why?
Why?
Because he is the only incomparable artist in this country, the only complete artist, because he has leverage on the choreographic realities of music business. He understood very well that you cannot be a complete artist without utmost entertainment. And the only way you can entertain the music enthusiasts at gross level is choreography. Michael Jackson would have loved to meet Nyancho if he was alive.
Jobz, let's go back a bit.
Yeah.
Will you in one way want to remanage ST if he have given you the contract?
Well, Jobz is in another level. I am very sorry that would never be possible. Even if he has requested to have Jobz back, I am working with Apataki. I am that manager who is very proactive, visionary and innovative. I don't want to couple Nyancho's management with any other thing.
No, I mean, maybe your contract can end with Nyancho at any time.
Well,
given the opportunity to remanage this board.
Like somebody was telling me, he said, do you have any timeline? Because of recent, I have been having so many requests from most of the artists, most of the prominent artists in this country regarding management contracts. After the police will break through. But I'm like, look, you have to give me a breathing space because I have a very, very, very concrete contract with Nyancho aka Apataki. It's a 13-page contract. Very rich. My benefits, the incentives, the remuneration package. I mean, I cannot couple that with anything because music business is difficult. I will tell you that today, because usually you only interview politicians. You are from the world of politicians. But let me tell you something. We are from the spotlight. It's the most difficult, universe. Where pure competition is. The most expensive, business is music business. So it needs a lot of enthusiasm. A lot of persevere.
Now let's come to you, Pasi. Have you in one way involved in politics?
Politics is everybody's business.
Have you in one way?
Mr. Ba, I am coming to you. You have to allow me to learn. Politics is everybody's business. Okay. It is through politics that we go to polls to vote. It's through politics that we decide who will rule us. Okay. It's through politics that we change the leadership. So I am sick and tired of journalists coming up with ulterior motives in interview sessions telling me, because we've seen the Kufing Kukoi of Nyancho, we've seen those days, of Nyancho and, the former president, he's a political artist. That is because they don't understand two things, partisan-based ideology and entertainment-based ideology. We understand very well that the political surrogates in UDP, NPP, GDP or any political party are also human beings. They are music enthusiasts. It's very obvious that if UDP want Nyancho to perform at their platform on pay terms, Jobz cannot say no to that. You know why?
Why?
Because we need monies to operate. We need monies to work on the operational services of Nyancho, aka Apatake. We need monies to impress the staff in Nyancho Apatake Entertainment Company. We need money to handle our production bills in studios and to engage video directors to shoot our videos. Do you know how much we've spent in the police hall video? It's more than $50,000. Who gave us the money? It's from the music business. In the bookings of Nyancho, the endorsement deals and other patronages. So if you are telling me that we should not be on political platforms, you are just kidding.
Involved in politics?
I am fully involved in politics because I am a citizen, and every good citizen should be involved in politics. What is the essence of us having voters card? I mean, this is common sense. Yeah, the artists of this country are citizens of this country. They are also political beings, apart from their capacity as economic beings. So you cannot tell Nyancho or Jaliba Akuyate not to be involved in politics.
Are you in a political party?
We will not.
Are you in a political party?
Well, I am in a political party, but I will not disclose my party to you.
We respect that. We are in the Ramadan. Viewers, this is LSTV.
That's right.
Our guest today is Jobz.
Yes, and don't forget to mention my wife for all these beautifications.
Okay,
You've seen,
honestly,
I have a wife who is
gratitude to wife, lot of respect and regards.
Lady Jobz.
Lady Jobz, correct. Lady Jobz was here to make us the table very, very decorative and nice.
Yeah.
Jobz, who do you think is the best artist in this country as we speak?
Well, I have a philosophy, and I will tell you this. You are not the first interviewer that I would spew this reality to. Every artist in any country is a bigger artist to Jobz. Every artist in this country is big in this country. That's my philosophy. There is no artist that is minor. Every major artist began as a minor artist.
But then artists, when you call event, we see how events occur. Some go to Q City, Manjai Park. Big artists will go to the stadium. And the population in which responds to their event, we see everything. So in my view, this is how we gauge artists. But then, of course, every artist is a big artist. But we have
the gauge aspects. Now you are coming. Every artist is a bigger artist. But then because of gauge aspects in music business and the area dominance and so many of these terms that we have in music business, of course, we cannot rule out the fact that there has to be several kings or one major king.
And who is the king?
Even though we are not people that believe in those titles and those claims.
You are not part of them who believe in those.
Well, we have several kings in this country. It is very easy for anybody to claim a king based on your works. I don't think we have any expert organization in this country who would tell us, okay, this particular artist is the greatest artist based on so reasons. Sometimes we gauge the crowd, and I want to use this opportunity, in fact, to state this reality.
Okay.
You know, we are people that sometimes the people that we work with on the spotlight would feel we also have witch hunt ulteriors in our interview platforms. We use our platforms to spew tantrums on certain people. No, we don't. We use our platforms to spew the truth. I saw the interview that the Sultan had. Usually, I don't even want to give relevance, to people in sessions like this. But then it's very good for you to sometimes quote. I saw the Sultan's interview with Sey Omar Sawane. He is a major sector player in the industry because he works at NCSC as the Director of Performing Arts. I have so much respect for him. But then I want to urge them. The way they have been gauging artists regarding their diplomatic pass issues and whatever, you know, transactions for them to have greater national recognition. It's not a proper way of gauging artists in terms of diplomacy, you know, and certain recognitions. Very good. Yes, I am coming. Telling people that we gauge artists because of the crowd that they pull at independent stadiums or any other venue is definitely not the best way of gauging artists in terms of their capacities to have whatever national recognition or whatever diplomatic pass. I want them to look into that very well. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, can you give us a suggestion?
Yes.
For you, how do you think we will gauge artists in terms of their diplomatic relations?
Well, we will gauge them based on the level of entertainment that they are giving to the masses. Bro, there are entertainments or certain types of entertainments that are crippled entertainments in this country. There are certain artists that are also cheats in the way they do business. By that I would mean the type of songs that they give to the public. If you don't give good songs to the public, if you cheat the public by giving them, you know, substandard songs, you know, improper productions, I mean, that is cheating. We have artists that are giving Gambians utmost entertainment. Artists that are one, but they have 4 qualities. The likes of Nyancho and several other artists. You know, so we have to consider those realities. We have Jaliba Kuyate here. He has never pulled more than 20,000 people at the Independence Stadium. You want to tell me Jaliba is a minor artist? No, he is not a minor artist. He's a king in the country. And he has never pulled 20,000 people, more than 20,000 people at the Independence Stadium. So, it doesn't make sense for you to gauge the capacity of that artist, the level of that artist, the vigor aspect of that artist based on the crowd that is converged at a particular venue. Let me tell you something, but I don't know, allow me to learn.
The Afro-Manding, if you look at Jaliba's case, and the Afro-Manding that Nyancho is doing can be different. So Nyancho, I believe, is an Afro-Manding artist.
Yeah, I am coming.
Okay.
I am coming. What I'm trying to state here is Jaliba is a major artist in this country.
That's fact.
In all aspects. Basically, you don't wait until Jaliba amass 30,000 people at the Independence Stadium for you to give him a diplomatic pass. I mean, it's absolute bogus. It doesn't make sense. And I mean, Jaliba has the greatest breakthroughs in this country in terms of culture exports, in terms of peak traditional music, in terms of values, in terms of good craft, in terms of substance, in terms of records, greater experience. Brother, we should not take this industry to be an industry for cartoon characters or great comedians. The music industry is a major industry, and it should be the most serious industry in this country. Of all the different industries that we have, arts is very profound. Let me tell you the reality, because for far too long we cannot have cartoon characters, you know, great dramatists in our industry playing greatest comedy on our platforms. So
for you, if I'm to understand,
so it doesn't make sense.
Pass is restricted to some artists and been given to some artists.
Based on gauges that are not
based on crowd.
I mean, that's why I say based on gauges that are not right gauges. Look,
did your artist have a diplomatic pass?
Well, not yet. Not yet, but
have you claimed?
No, we've never requested, but I know obviously he is going to have it, you know, when the police are in fact ready to give him merit of excellence as the greatest artist ever in this country in terms of public, in terms of creating a good relationship between the security and the public, in terms of giving the public what they definitely need to have. So in the soonest possible time, he definitely should have that. So you look at, in terms of gauges, you look at situations like that, Mr. Ba. The hype Nyancho has created over the Police All album launch event, the content of the project, the value of Police All album launch, the Police All album, the project, the activities around the album. How many senior officials have we visited around the Police All album launch event on cordial dialogue? You know, on good relationship building. on interactions to know what are the problems of the police, what are some of the things that they need, how can the public accept the police, how can the public be responsible in terms of crime reductions. These are all discussion areas within the Police Soul Album project. You want to tell me of all these activities around the Police Soul Album launch event, and the project itself, is these activities not genuine enough for Nyancho aka Pataki to be given a diplomatic pass? Is the Police Soul project not genuine enough, a genuine evidence that would warrant the state to give Nyancho a diplomatic pass? It's definitely a genuine project.
All right. Nyancho should be given a diplomatic pass. According to his manager, Nyancho
that's the reality, and he is going to have it in the soonest possible time.
And for him, those responsible for giving diplomatic pass should redo or should revisit the manner in which they give a diplomatic pass to major artists. We have major artists in this country. That's the reality. That is the truth. We have the likes of ST, Nyancho, Zizol, Attack. As a manager of Nyancho, let us just be honest. Where do you put Nyancho? Where do you put Nyancho in this? The most top artist in this country?
Well, I put Nyancho at a very, very profound and recognizable level. At a very high profile level. I put Nyancho at a level where I frame him as a world-class trophy, a trophy that everybody would definitely love to invest in so that you can yield profit and gain meaningful recognition. I put Nyancho at a level where I frame him as the greatest artist in this country because he is the only complete artist in this country, the most versatile when it comes to his different qualities: the singer, the rapper, the choreographer, and the dancer, who has 4 qualities in this industry. Which artist has these 4 qualities? Is only Nyancho. So in terms of
all we know, they said he can dance.
He has 4 qualities. But I want you to bear me, please. I want you to listen very carefully. That is why
you are not giving me number.
You are not from the spotlight. I am the man from the spotlight, and I want you to listen to me very well.
Give me a number.
Yes, let me give you 5. I have given you 4 qualities of Nyancho, and you want me to give you 5 major artists in this country. Of course, if you are to mention 5 major artists in this country, you will mention Nyancho. But like again, I said, I don't want to mention a particular artist when another artist is being left out. How would that artist feel? Let me tell you something. You'll be very surprised that apart from Nyancho, my favorite artist in this country is not even an artist that we so often see on the spotlight. And do you know who that artist is?
Who is that?
Atenola Bondi. Do you know Atenola?
Atenola.
Do you know Atenola?
I used to hear Atenola, but he's in the dark now. Atenola, I think he started with...
That is why I said you are from the political world, my brother. You are friends, you people are friends of politicians. Look, any major guru from the spotlight would tell you Atenola is one of the greatest artists in this country when it comes to juxtaposition of lyrical content. That is also another style in music business. And if you talk about juxtaposition,
but Jobz,
you will talk about Atenola and G. That's a style that I like. And I have to tell you.
Why are you not mentioning ST within the 5?
Well, no, I did not mention anybody within the 5. I said...
You mentioned Atenola.
No.
You mentioned Nyancho.
No, you definitely missed the point. And I want to come again. I said, if I want to mention here 5 major artists, of course I will mention Nyancho. And it's very obvious I'll mention ST, Jizol, Attack. But then, I don't want to mention 5 major artists without mentioning certain other artists. Because as a music businessman and experienced guru in this industry, people feel, artists and their fans feel uncomfortable about those things. Because today, I would prefer giving more courage, more motivation, more words of wisdom to the uprising artists than major artists. You know why?
Why?
Because I believe that every major artist began as an uprising artist. And if we should give any platform of recognition, we should give it to the uprising ones who are trying to come up. We should give them all opportunities and platforms to showcase their talents.
Jobz, you are a young individual who a lot of people look up to. There is a lot of hullabaloo about the Jobz. People say a lot of things about it. I want you to talk to the young people. How were you able to manage? How were you able to put yourself in order?
That's right.
I mean, to bring that dignity to life, to face media and talk to people again, to manage people. In fact, to manage one of the most talked artists in this country.
Well, they said Jobz is the greatest artist in this country.
Talk to my young people, my viewers. Most of them are young individuals.
Yeah,
I want you to inspire.
I know Pliers Bad Boy of Banjul will be saying that's why I said he's the baddest manager. Well,
you put that on your t-shirt.
Yeah, baddest manager. Yeah, and that's the reality. And this title was given to me by Pliers Bad Boy and MC Danan.
Are you in competition
of the former City Stars?
Are you in competition with
every music businessman is in a competitive spotlight. I am from the world of spotlight. I am from the spotlight, the world of fame, the world of competition, the world of innovation, the world where cohesiveness is a major case, the world where if you are not innovative and proactive as a manager, you will be out of the line.
Talk to my youth.
Yes, and that is why everybody is like, he is the deal. Yeah. So I will talk to them. The enthusiasm has to be in you. Sam Ademe said, as the man thinketh inside, so is he. Your inner instincts. Your attitude, not your aptitude, determines your altitude. Yes, I have several adages that I believe in. And when I read Mamadou Sabali's Instant Success, a book that has given me a new outlook of life, I will never forget this. And I look up to Mamadou Sabali today as my greatest idol in this country. He is a legendary icon. Mamadou Sabali has groomed me. He has changed my belief. He has changed my philosophy. And he has changed my life unknowingly. All these happened before I met Mamadou Sabali. I read his book, Instant Success, where I also saw his quotes from Napoleon Hill and so many other prominent, philosophers. And I believe in our prominent management scientists, Henry Fayol, Henry Grant, Frederick Winslow Taylor, our greatest motivator or motivational theorist, Abraham Maslow. So these are beliefs. I have my management tools that I worship, my dear. So the enthusiasm is key, determination, belief in yourself, and try to have the verbal vertigo. The auditory aspect is key. Try to get the required education, adequate education, I mean, and be that person who would always be willing to learn, especially where you have passion for. If you have passion for the industry, you cannot be Jobz overnight. It has to take you several stages, because I do not just start this, Pam, the baddest manager, no. It started some 17, 18 years ago, 2006, and this very moment, 2022, how many years? So we've spent our entire life in music business. We've created so many platforms for this business. South to High Profile movement, the first movement that I've established in Brikama to empower ST. So we've been through so many things. The Hook On movement, a movement that was once created in Brikama for us to support the Brikama artists. That is where the Brikama Boyo ideology, the Brikama representation, and so many things came from. So if I would urge music enthusiasts, young ones that look up to me, I will urge them first to be educated, to have enthusiasm, to believe in themselves, to think big, to believe that they can change lives, to also believe that you do not need to have millions to be relevant. I don't need to have millions to be relevant as a human being. You've read scriptures, isn't it? The Bible and the Quran. When God talked about relevance, he did not say no. The most relevant and the most important amongst you is not the one that has millions.
Sure.
It's the one who knows who God
and teaches others.
Yes. And the one who believes in what? God and doesn't commit polytheism. The one who is faithful and who is with the conviction that all fortunes are from who? Allahu Alam. So let them believe that all these treasures and diamonds are not the greatest deals. Brother, the greater deal is proper education, good experience, belief in yourself.
Education is very key. Of course, education is very key, as we used to say. A nation whose young men and women are in constant rate of slumber will never realize our potential. Today, our guest was Jobz. Jobz, thank you for having you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.